Hi. Good afternoon. For those in the eastern side of the world, then good morning or good evening to those in the west. The 1600 has been sent. Yeah, I saw the tweets about it. I haven't logged into HSR today yet though. But those 1600 I'm saving for Robin, maybe if I win her. But I decided not to pull on Aventurine anymore. But anyway, for today, so last night I did a no mic stream at like 1 a.m. So we started the Arlecchino Story Quest. Um, so today we're just gonna continue it. So if you haven't done her quest and don't want to be spoiled, this stream is not for you. But before I do the stream, I will do some dailies just so it's out of the way. Commissions I won't do, but maybe do some world bosses first. I actually did Arlecchino's the Knave boss already. Oh, good luck! Good luck for your poll. Hopefully you get it. So I did Arlecchino's boss already by the quick access. But every week I try to do at least two, primarily for the Dream Solvent. So I'll do a pep, whatever his name is, and then the whale, and then we can go to the Arlecchino Story Quest. I'm not sure. Maybe I'm like a third through the quest or halfway. I'm not so sure because I didn't read spoilers for her quest. Just a rare thing for me to do. Or now my ping's 999. I also need to farm for her weapon materials. Like, I don't know why there are such rare Pokemons. The golem things. I like Arlecchino. Even without her actions, she's so good.
I will have order.
You just need to be mindful of the bond of life, I guess. C3. Maybe not. She's C3 now. So if I get... I'm like doing pulls for a few days. If I get the C4 with the free Mo gems, I will consider higher constellations. But as of now, it's not really something I'm planning because Florin is just around the corner. Wow, the lag is insane. Is it just me? Thank you. I hope, well, I don't know what to hope. Because I want Chlorind. So yes, at least we have a Dream Solvent. I try to get as much Dream Solvent as I can because the boss drops are abysmal. Oh, thank you, Nearby Fairies, for the follow. But as you can see with Arlecchino, he like decimates everyone easily. So we have enough wishes. That's what we can do. The gotcha pulling. So I do like one pulse every so often just to see. But like I'm super far. Yeah, I mean that I always say that. So I got her. But her C3 came quite early. So if you were in my pulling session, I pulled Chi Chi. So I was guaranteed. Then I maxed Arlecchino and then decided, oh maybe let's just try to do a few wishes. Like 30 pity. Yeah, roughly 30 pity. Is it? Is it less? Oh, did I make a mistake again? So yesterday I was talking with some people. They were saying the rewards were super weird. Like they were too low. So I adjusted it. But like maybe I was so sleepy. Oh yeah, you're right. Wait, thanks for catching that. Let me change it. But anyway, so last night they were saying it's actually super super low because the whole channel is still under construction. So they said I should make it higher, which I did, but I made a mistake in like editing it. So now it should be fine. Thanks for catching it, but I've edited it now, so hopefully it's showing the right number. But yeah, wait, let's do the whale, and then we can go to Arlecchino's story quest. So I've also mentioned yesterday, so I haven't announced about the channel points thing because everything's under construction. Like even my emotes right now are my cat. I edited on my phone. So she's cute though. So yeah, everything is under construction. I'm so bad at this. I haven't even added the auto mod stuff, like the bots and stuff. But one day they will get added. I think I should. Cat spam. So yeah, that's my cat. She's earning her keep. Because she's so... In Filipino, we call it takaw. She eats a lot. Where is the whale? So, this is one of the bosses I hate because it keeps jumping around.
Busted. Transfixed.
Where is it? Where is it? Can even... Oh, you can, even if... I've never... You can beat the whale before it goes on the other face. Well, I don't think I've ever done it. I think once with Navia, because she has her skill is a nuke. But like... Hard to one-face it. Ah. Where is it? Underground? No, I don't want to go to.
Transfixed.
Oh, okay, we did it without the second phase. Yeah, Arla's so strong. Like, even without reactions. I mean, I do have cons, so maybe I'm a bit biased, but even without. Yes, another dream solvent. Even without the cons, I think. I see people saying she's super strong. Hi, Jenny. Good afternoon. Okay, now we can do the story quest. Later, after the quest, her weapon is still at level 80 unascended because of this stupid drop. Takes so long to find them. Wow, congrats! Time to build her. Everyone's been well, most of the people I've seen have been getting her, but probably because those who lose the 50-50 don't talk about it much. But there's still time. I've done some of the new areas, so it does have a lot of puzzles and chests, so that helps a lot. If you need to farm for Primos, go to the season. So again, we're doing the Arlecchino Story Quest, so if you haven't done it and don't want to be spoiled, this session isn't for you. So just be careful.
Ah, it's you two again. I must say, you look a bit pale. Did you have trouble sleeping last night?
A little.
Perhaps if you had less
Hey,
on your mind,
yes, don't
you'd
spoil
be able to
yourself.
absolve yourself of such troubles. So what are you planning to do now? Catch up on some sleep? Or should I give you some time to rack your brain for a topic to discuss before I ask any questions? Although I must profess to being curious. Without child here, how do you plan on distracting me?
Us? Distract you?
No, I haven't maxed it.
Good
But like
one. But no.
40s?
We were just.
Or a little before 40.
Looks like you could have used some extra time to think. No matter. If you don't have any other plans,
Statue
why
of the
don't you
Seven I
accompany
haven't
me
maxed
somewhere?
also.
Don't worry. I'll be sure to steer clear of any scheming children.
The ocean breeze is sure nice today.
Children
Oh,
always think they can
no.
hide things from the grown-ups. But nothing gets past me. Least of all a little scheming. I think I'll let them have at it for a little longer. I can be well. I'll leave you to think things over.
We can max
If you're
both
so
the
inclined, meet me
statue and the
outside Palais
fountain.
Mermonia.
And then the gift shop, souvenir shop
Good
is
things come to children
open.
who do as they're told. So I do hope you decide to tag along. If only for your friends' sakes.
What should we do? She clearly knows about everything we've been doing, and Paimon doesn't think it'd be a stretch to say she was threatening us just now.
So doing the story quest, I started last night. I was saying earlier.
Oh, good
Maybe I'm
idea.
halfway through.
Hopefully he sees it
But
in
watch
time.
her.
Well, we should
Was it the
probably
trailer?
head to
Watch
the
her
Palais Mermonia.
animated short
Paimon
before you
doesn't
do
wanna
this,
find
because
out
I
what
think it
happens if we don't
provides
show
like
up.
context to
Based
the
on
whole
what the knave was
quest.
saying just now, it sure didn't seem like it'd be anything good. Okay, then we probably shouldn't keep her waiting. It seems like Linny and the others are on thin ice, so let's do our best to not get them in any more trouble.
Okay, what's next? What's next? We go to Fontaine.
Seeing as we still have some time before my meeting, we might as well enjoy some pleasant conversation while we wait. I'm glad to see you get along with my children. Being surrounded by good companions is necessary for a child's development.
You're not planning on doing anything to them, are you?
I assume you're referring to Lenny, Lynette, and Fremine, although there's that situation with Filial and Nentoy as well. It appears quite a few people have been acting out lately. No matter. I'm not one to discriminate. All those who betray the house meet the same fate. There are no
It's going to
exceptions.
happen.
Does that mean you're going to kill them?
Oh, are you here to beg for their lives? I'm sorry to disappoint, but the rules of the house change for no one. In my organization, everyone is responsible for their own actions.
But don't you care about them at all? They really respect you. They even call you father. You must feel something for them.
Any organization in which feelings come before principles is one destined for ruin. The House of the Hearth is hardly an exception. You could say our principles are more stringent than most. Perhaps I can offer you this consolation at least. As our guests, you two will not be held accountable along with them.
What's happening? What's happening?
I would imagine Linny, Lynette, and Fremine will be able to keep their lives. As for Filial, Nentoy, and the others, I'm afraid there's little I can do. They can try to escape, but once you know our secrets, there's no getting out alive.
But that's awful.
Ah, you seem concerned. Out of consideration for my guests, I suppose I could turn a blind eye for a little longer. If Linny and the others manage to dispose of Clairvy in the
He
meantime,
knows.
all evidence of their wrongdoing will be lost. In that case, I could hardly punish them for something I couldn't prove. If their efforts are unsuccessful, on the other hand, all will be held accountable. And the punishment will be severe. Of course.
So obviously,
and
Clairvy's a
here,
ghost
I
or a
believe this
spirit,
belongs
but
to you.
I want to know
Do try
what's
and
gonna
keep
happen
better
to her.
track of it next time. It takes a considerable amount of time to train a bird like this. It would be such a pity if you were to lose it permanently.
Wait, where did you get that?
Well, I'm afraid that's all the time we have to chat. Now, for the matter at hand. I asked you to meet me here because I have business at the Palais Mermonia. It has nothing to do with you, but I think it would be prudent for you to stick by my side for the time being. There will always be time later to run off and tell Linny what you've learned. Well, time to go. Looks like we wrapped things up just in time.
So I guess we're seeing Novelette. I remember he was in the live stream or the trailer, I forgot. But we did see him with Arlecchino that one time. We're going to his office. Novelette! He's here.
It's been a while, Monsieur Neuvillette. I must say, I wasn't expecting my meeting request to be approved quite so quickly. The Palais Mermonia operates with an efficiency worthy of admiration.
It is only right that an esteemed diplomat such as yourself should be afforded the proper level of respect. Although, if I may speak plainly, I must confess that I did not anticipate we would have the occasion to meet again after presenting you with the Gnosis. I see you brought the Traveler and Paimon with you as well. If I may inquire as to the purpose of your visit.
I'll be departing Fontaine shortly. There is, however, an outstanding matter that I would like to see resolved before I go. It requires a rather lengthy explanation, I'm afraid. So I took the liberty of explaining everything in this proposal. Please review it at your leisure, Monsieur Neuvillette.
Silent face off. Oh, that's it? And now they're having tea.
I understand
I
your
think
request.
revision is fake.
However, at the risk of causing offense, I must admit that I fail to see why you would wish for such a thing.
I heard you have a certain fondness for water tasting, Monsieur Neuvillette, so allow me to use water as an analogy. A family is like a large body of water with countless rivers flowing in and out. As someone who watches over this system, I would hope that each river that flows from the source will eventually reach the ocean. Of course, objectively speaking, I know this is impossible. Most of the rivers will dry up along the way, disappearing into the ground and leaving nothing but a
Analogy
barren
for
riverbed
dying
behind.
House of Hearth members, I
Not
guess.
all rivers are destined to reach the ocean, but I would not see their existence rendered meaningless. I believe the water that flows within them is simply
For
meant
those
for
who
a
leave the
different
house.
destination, like a field in need of irrigation, or perhaps the glass of a certain water-tasting enthusiast.
Did you get any of that, Traveler?
Your words paint an optimistic picture indeed. Allow me to remind you, however, few among us are willing to sip from a glass filled
she
with
trying
tainted
to
water.
Give
It may have been tainted at one point in time,
alternative
but not to
careers
worry.
for the house members.
I'll
who
make
leave.
sure it's strained of all impurities and returned to its cleanest form.
So that's how it looks like, based on the analogy.
I seem to recall there being a transactional aspect to your proposal. Perhaps you could expound on that?
Oh, thank you for the
If you
follow,
accept my proposal,
incapable
Monsieur
X
Neuvillette, I will gradually withdraw my forces from Fontaine.
and Pluto.
And, unless
Welcome,
absolutely
welcome.
necessary, I will no longer carry out any special missions within Fontaine.
I presume I can take your words to mean that, in the future, cases similar to the Tartuffe assassination will cease to
What's
cross my
this?
desk?
I don't remember this.
Tartuffe. Ah, that
Oh, it's
thief
a
who embezzled funds from all those
trailer.
charities, you mean? My deepest condolences to his family, but without any evidence, I cannot imagine how the
Oh,
House
that's
of
the guy in
Hearth
the
might have been
trailer.
involved in his passing. Of course, if you accept my proposal, Monsieur Neuvillette, I'm sure certain measures could be taken to reduce the frequency of such troubles.
You choose your words carefully indeed. In that case, I am inclined to accept your proposal.
My thanks for your generosity, Monsieur Neuvillette. Well, with that settled, we should be going now. I took the liberty of bringing along 2 bottles of spring water from Snezhnaya for you to enjoy. I do hope I get
Bribery.
the chance to hear your impressions. Perhaps at our next meeting, yes?
Indeed.
She's
I
bribing
trust you
Villette.
would not overlook your commitment in the meantime.
All right, Traveler Paimon. Time to go.
So where do we go next? Oh, he's still here. See what he has to say.
I believe I've told you before that my emotions easily resonate with those of others. Yet in the few meetings I've had with that Harbinger, I haven't been able to sense any aspect of her emotional state. Her mind is like a still body of water. Who knows what darkness lies in its depths, and the lack of ripples on the surface gives nothing away. It's unclear
much
whether
water
this is her
analogies.
natural state of being, or whether it's an incredible strength of will that gives her the ability to master her emotions. Either scenario, however, suggests she is a very dangerous individual. I do not expect an explanation as to why you two were by her side. Whatever your reasoning, I would only advise you to take caution.
Noted po. Leave. Okay, let's just teleport out.
So, what exactly were you talking about back there? Paimon only heard you mention some rivers, a large
Paimon
body of
doesn't
water,
get
and then
it.
some kind of irrigation scheme.
You really want to know? I would imagine there might be more pressing concerns at the moment.
Lenny, Paimon really hopes everything's going okay. Oh, Paimon recognizes that look. You've got your ticket cap on, don't you, Traveler?
So when will they give Traveler more voice lines? Oh my gosh.
Oh, shoot. Are you alright? Oh, jeez. I'm so sorry. I was so focused on selling these papers, I wasn't looking where I was going. Well, let
Is
me
this
make
guy
it
a
up to you at
plant?
least. Here, take this paper. On the house.
Oh, you don't have to give us anything.
Please,
He's a
I want to.
Patui member?
It's not like I'm short on supply. All the extras will be useless come tomorrow anyway. It's my fault, really. I was just trying to bring home some extra mora for the family, but I bit off more than I can chew. I haven't had many takers today, so I'm still swimming in papers.
What's going on here?
Nothing much. I just ran into your friend here on accident. I should probably get going, actually, so...
Hold on.
Who is he?
Of course, I'm happy to compensate you with mora, it's just... I don't have any on me at the moment.
I'll take 3 papers. Here. Your payment.
Oh! Thank you for your patronage. May the Archons bless you with good fortune. If only I had the chance to run into such generous customers every day. I should probably just take on a smaller inventory though, right? I'm getting married soon, so sometimes it's hard to not get ahead of myself. Anyway, I should head out. Goodbye!
What was that?
Well, now that my affairs are settled, we should take the boat back to Poisson. We've even acquired some light reading to enjoy along the way.
Actually, why don't we stick around for a little longer? Paimon just realized how hungry she is. She can't head back to Poisson on an empty stomach.
Or are they still pretending?
It appears you two are under the impression that delaying our return will somehow alter the situation in your favor. I'm sorry to ruin your fantasy, but your efforts are meaningless. That being said, I could be persuaded to give Linny some extra time. I just have one condition. If you agree to my request, I'll even answer some of your questions. You're quite curious about Claire V, are you not? And my relationship to her.
Wait, why are you being so generous all of a sudden? You're not gonna ask us to do something bad, are you?
You overestimate yourself. You don't have the talent for bad things.
Then what can you
What
possibly...
is this?
The most important consideration in a negotiation is that both sides receive something they want. Demands and threats only get you so far. Wonderful. Here it is. When the time comes, make the choice that you deem most appropriate in the situation, and lend your help to the House of the Hearth.
Okay, sounds normal enough. But what do you mean, when the time comes? When is that supposed to be?
That is for you to decide.
I guess
we
he's
have a
talking
deal.
about the fight.
Follow me.
So where do we go from here? Oh, that counted as a quest. Wow, awkward. Nameless orphanage. The old orphanage. So let's just shimmy up the mountain. Easier from here or... Okay, from here. Bit of running though. Oops. Wanna fight them now. Oh, and we can see Celestia on the background. Wait. Oh, more mecha. Okay, we're here. I don't know if you've been here before in this area, but they actually updated it. It wasn't as big as before. So they changed the layout a bit. And the walls are now super bent. After the update.
What is this place?
Somewhere long forgotten by everyone. It used to be a grand building. Now it's nothing more than a pile of rubble. No one comes here anymore, nor does anyone care about what once happened here. Although, this place does have something to do with the story I'm about to tell
Arlecchino
you.
backstory.
Now, allow me to explain Clairvy's side of the story first. I'll start from the beginning.
Is this
Clairvy
a-
was 6 years
Oh, I
old
thought it was
when
gonna
she
be
was
an
brought by her mother,
animation.
Crucibina, to live in the House of the Hearth. From the outside, it seemed like a fairy tale. A thriving family made up of kind adults and friendly children. Crucibina was the knave at that time, and the
Crucibina.
House of the Hearth was under her control. She was Clairvy's mother by blood,
Yikes.
but she was also the mother to all the children in the house. Clairvy was happy here, for a time. But she quickly realized that being part of this family Tory.
Purgatory?
Exactly. The House of the Hearth takes in war orphans from all over Tevat. But as for how to raise them, that
So
depends entirely
Crucibina
on the
was running
person
the
in
House of Hearth
charge.
like a Hunger Games
Crucibina came up with a novel idea.
house.
She would teach the children to fight, force them to duel each other, and then crown as the king of the house the child who proved themselves most worthy
Crazy.
of inheriting her title. It's difficult to estimate the number of children who died or were maimed in the process. There's little I can say about the ones who died. The ones that emerged with permanent injuries, on the other hand, well, they still served a purpose. They would be handed over to the doctor to be experimented on, or sent away on dangerous missions. Nothing more than tools to be used and then discarded.
So those were the
Oh, wow. So you get
experiments
some-
Clairvy was talking about.
I forgot.
what actually
Star
happened
glitter,
to
the
her?
equivalent.
You
She might
said that
get some
Clairvy was
wishes.
Crucibina's daughter,
More
so
wishes.
if Clairvy tried to convince her to stop what she was doing, Crucibina probably would have listened, right?
Despite being
Oh,
Clairvy's
okay.
mother, Crucibina cared little
There's
for
a
her
new
daughter.
patch is coming soon.
She forced Clairvy to join the House of the Hearth only as a
Thank you
means to
for the
demonstrate her
follow.
own impartiality as a mother, to prove that she treated all her children equally. Clairvy did try to convince her mother to change her ways, but it was to no avail. After her efforts failed, the only other option was to rise up and try to fight back. Unfortunately, the other children had already been thoroughly indoctrinated into the illusion of happiness Crucibina had created. Of course, there was one exception. Someone Clairvy's age who knew the truth about the House of the Hearth. Her name was Peruware.
Harry! No, I haven't finished the world quest yet.
Wait, the friend that Clairvy
Thank you
mentioned?
for the follow. Ineffable Sai? Ineffable?
Huh?
I have a hard time
I
pronouncing stuff.
suppose we can call her that for now. Clairvy was a cheerful and passionate
So sad.
person with a tenacious spirit. Peruware, on the other hand, was rather cold-blooded. Her cold-blooded nature allowed her to see through
I
Crucibina's
freed the
facade.
dragon whale though in the
It
world
was
quest.
also this cold-bloodedness that prevented her from acting against it.
Because I wanted the
At least at
golden mats.
first. While Clairvy longed for freedom, Peruware was convinced that, amid all the fighting and violence, she would make it until the end. Despite their differences, the two became fast friends, united by their knowledge of the truth. Clairvy told Peruware that she hoped to create a real family, where no one would be killed or
I'm
sacrificed.
so sad.
There may have been a certain naivete to her ideas, but Clairvy proved her determination many times over. She tried countless times to run away, ask for help, or expose the
Oh,
truth.
so this is the one in the
But her
trailer.
efforts only earned
In
her
the short.
beating after beating. The only thing that kept her going was her strength of will. Even with her body racked with pain, she would still stand on her tiptoes and open the window at night. She and Peruware would look out at the moon together, a fierce longing for freedom shining in her eyes. But one day that light simply vanished.
Oh no. What happened?
Her hopelessness resulted from a culmination of things. 10 years had passed. 10 years worth of failure after failure. She and Perouer weren't children anymore, but finding any chance to escape still seemed as hopeless as ever. It was during this time that Perouer suggested a new plan.
Thank you for the follow,
If
Averse
escaping was out of the question, why not take down the very person sitting on top of this throne of lies? Mother herself. Clairvy rejected that proposal. She claimed that, as a famous harbinger, Crucibina possessed an unimaginable amount of power. Trying
Who's
to kill her
Clairvy's
would
dad,
have
though?
an incredibly low
The big
chance
question.
of success.
There were some jokes
Clairvy
going
never gave
around
another
about
reason,
her
but
dad.
Perouer could see it written all over her face.
Oh,
Clairvy
yikes.
still thought of Crucibina as her mother. Killing her own flesh and blood was
I'm
a
so
line she
sad.
couldn't bring herself to cross. If she couldn't escape and fight back, then only one option remained. Precisely. Death was the only way that she felt she could be free. It happened during a duel.
Yeah.
When she arrived at the dueling ring that day, her partner turned out to be none other
Oh my
than
god,
Perouer,
the duel.
the very person that had stood by her side all those years.
There
It
was
was
a
a
theory
fierce
going around
battle,
that she ran into the
But
sword
ultimately,
instead of
Clairvy
Arlecchino
decided
stabbing
to
her.
let Perouer end her life. From that moment on, Perouer's journey was one written in flames. When the rain finally came and washed it all away, there she
Oh, and she has a pole arm.
the sole victor in Mother's endless game of slaughter. A trail of corpses strewn across her path to success.
They should have made an
It
animation
was
for
the very
this
result
it's,
she had predicted 10
instead
years
of just a
prior.
narration. I mean, I guess that
Then
was a
she
short, but like
believed
it
she
wasn't
would
as
make it
detailed.
until the end. She wasn't surprised by the fact that she emerged as Mother's undisputed heir. Rather, her success left her with an inexplicable sense of restlessness. She was unsettled. And there was only one thing that could quell that sensation. Perhaps you two would like to take a guess as to what it was?
Crucibina, you mean? But
Correct. This is the place where Perouer killed her best friend. A mere year later, this is also the place where she fought tooth and nail to kill the mother
Oh, so there
they
was a year
shared.
gap.
The moment she acted, any conception of what was right or wrong ceased to matter. It's one of the principles of the house.
I thought it was like one
Only
after
those who
the other,
survive get to write the rules.
based on the hits.
Perouer won the
So
battle
Clairvy died
and
first,
became a harbinger herself.
and she killed Crucibina.
After which Her Majesty, the Tsaritsa, bestowed upon her a new name. Arlecchino.
so the Perry Clairvy was talking about, it was you all along. You're Perouer. Arlecchino
Where?
is just a name you got later.
I left
But
that
why
name
is there a
behind
Clairvy
long
ghost?
ago.
That's a question.
I must say, hearing it now does bring back memories.
Thank you
After
for
I
the
defeated
follow,
Crucibina,
Ideal Game.
The moniker of Mother died with her. I chose to forego the title she called herself and even chose to give up my own name. I rebuilt the House of the Hearth under a new identity. Not only as Arlecchino, but as father. And that is where the story ends. Any more questions?
Yeah,
What? Why is there a
based
Clairvy
on what you
ghost?
just told us, Clairvy wasn't a little kid when she was killed. So the Clairvy we met, was she really a spirit at all?
I suppose you could call her an illusion born of flame. Her existence is like ashes to a fire. Something left over in the wake of blaze and ruin. You see, a certain power runs through my veins. It's not unlike a curse. My flames leave behind shadows of anything they consume.
Oh, so it's her fault.
Of course. The chances of those shadows morphing into a sentient entity are exceedingly
Because she
slim.
loves Clairvy so much.
Clairvy is a
So
very
she
special
was
case.
brought back as a spirit.
Clairvy
from her
died when she was
curse.
16 years old. But what emerged from the flames was her 6-year-old self. Her appearance wasn't the only thing affected. Most
Well,
of her
that's
memories
a weird
were
curse,
lost to the
though.
blaze as well. Memory is a Mysterious thing indeed. Losing a portion of your memories will alter your sense of self. Lose 10 years worth, however, and it would be like living in the past. Like returning to a version of yourself that never grew up.
No wonder Paimon got such a weird feeling when we were talking to her.
Perhaps I should put it this way. Clairvy is someone trapped in time. It may
So
seem
the
like
question
she
is,
exists
how do we
with
make
us in the
Lurvy
present,
move on?
but she truly lives in the confines of her own past.
So if all of that is true, then you must have known about Clairvy for a long time.
Indeed. She's a rather volatile and unstable entity. Sometimes she would look after the children. She's even saved some of their lives. But other times, she would hide from me and become obsessed with revealing the truth about the house to anyone who will listen. Shadows don't have the capacity to learn or grow. Any new information they encounter is
So that's
quickly
why.
forgotten over time. Your attempts to expose Clairvy to sunlight, they failed, yes? The
Oh my
reason
gosh, it's
is
so
actually
sad.
quite simple.
House is
In
impossible
Clairvy's
to
mind,
escape.
The house is impossible to escape. And it is this very perception that traps her there. But no matter.
Kill her
All I
again?
have to do is kill her again, and all will be resolved. I don't anticipate so much as a single speck of ash will be left behind this time.
Wait!
I guess that's where they'll be
Understand why
fighting.
You might want her gone, but isn't there another way? So what if she's trapped in her 6-year-old self? She's still your friend! At least talk to her first!
It's too late for that. She broke the rules, and now she must be punished. That goes for Filial and Nantoy as well. She's had quite the effect on them. I hope you understand. The difference between Crucibina and myself lies in our formulation of the rules, not our policy for enforcing them. Upholding the rules without question is a trait we both share, because that is how a household should be run.
Is this really what you
Oh.
want to do?
She talked.
Whatever could you mean?
Don't you want to say a proper goodbye at least?
Yeah, they should let Traveler talk more instead of Paimon.
Whether as a
I mean,
killer
better
or
also
as a
for
father, there are two
immersion.
things that must be avoided at all costs: anger and sorrow.
Although some people were
Anger makes you
saying
impulsive.
Paimon's
Sorrow causes you
pitch,
to
at least
waver.
for this patch, is actually lower versus
It
previous
appears it's
patches,
about
so
time to
it's not the
proceed.
best. But it's
Before we
better
arrived, I
versus
told
before.
some of my well-behaved children
But
to
those
bring
things
our
I
troublemakers
don't
here by
notice.
nightfall. I do believe I've kept my end of the deal. I give your friends quite a bit more time. As for what happens now, we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah, it's because it's very rare. Are we approaching the
Here
end?
they are, Father.
What's happening?
You gonna execute him? Seeing something like that would actually be a first for me. Winnie!
Oh, but Clary's here.
I'm sorry. I heard about how you helped buy us more time, but I still failed. I couldn't find a way to fulfill her wish.
Huh? Are you... Harry?
Harry.
Indeed, it's been a while, Clairvy.
Harry!
Shh, stay right there. I'm sorry to postpone our reunion, but first, I believe certain
Wait, are they gonna
scores
fight?
must settle.
Is this the fight scene? Can we like take a break?
Father, let me explain.
Out of my way.
What's happening? Oh, she's gonna kill the Clurvy ghost.
You chose to conceal a threat to the house. And for that, you must be punished. Overall, however, I suppose your wrongdoing is hardly the most egregious of the bunch, so I'll deal with your punishments later. As for right now, the more pressing concerns are the traitors among us.
By traitors? Do you mean us?
Father, let me explain. We didn't mean to.
Fultz, why don't you share what you heard?
Oh, there's the poison.
Yes, Father. Secret Midnight Meeting number 3. Participants, Filial, Nantoy, Sato, Toddy. Nantoy clearly said, If only Father wasn't the one who took us in. Sato added, I'm sick of this life. I just want to live as a normal person. Filial was the worst of them all. She called us crazies and said a bunch of mean things about Father.
I did not! You're lying! Fultz is trying to frame us!
It's not like I'm
Yikes.
the only one who heard those things. After that, you and Toddy and a bunch of other people started talking about Clairvy. You were using all those things Clairvy brought up as an excuse to question Father. We're birds locked in a cage. The only way out is to destroy it. That's what you said, wasn't it?
You little... You just want me gone, don't you? What did I ever do to you, huh? And you, Chapeau,
The infighting has
have
begun.
you forgotten who stood by your sickbed, watched over you, and changed your dressings? Come on, let's hear it then. What's your reason for all this?
You're wrong, Filial. We don't want you to die. You're our
Liar. You wouldn't be doing this if that were the case. So why? Why have you backed us into a corner?
We all live in the House of the Hearth. You know the type of work we do, Filial. A single betrayal can cost dozens of us our lives. It's not like it's never happened before. That kind of thing is hard to forget. That's why the House of the Hearth cannot tolerate any form of betrayal. Ever since we came to Poisson, you've had 7 secret meetings. A lot of the things you talked about really crossed the line.
You've been spying on us for half a month? Wait a second. Now that I think about it, the move to Poisson was just a way to make it easier to spy on us, wasn't it? Because we were all in one place. You've had this planned all along.
Filial, Nantoy, I'm sorry.
They're turning
I
against
owe you
each
both my
other.
life. I owe Clairvy too. If it weren't for all your help after I got poisoned, I wouldn't be standing here today. If this were any other situation, I would do anything to repay that kindness, even if it cost me my life. But rules are rules. I'm sorry. My hands are tied.
Why? Why?
That's
Are
enough.
they gonna die?
Filial.
Probably not, though. Maybe that's a
We
plot
made a
twist.
mistake, and we should own up to it. We broke the rules, plain and simple. And now we have to face the consequences. I'm sorry, Chapeau. Fultz. I'm sorry, Father. We accept our punishment.
Chapeau, according to the rules of the House of the Hearth, how should these traitors be punished?
Or this is a plot twist that
All
Traveler
those who
will
betray
help
the
them.
house pay with their lives.
And so it shall be.
Father, please wait!
Something you want to say, Linny?
Please reconsider, Father. What Filial and the others did, does it really count as betrayal? We all come from broken families. From the very first day we joined the House of the Hearth, we wanted nothing more than to make it a real home. But the truth is, none of us know what a real home should look like. I'm not saying I have all the answers. All I
Hi!
know is this.
How was your exam?
Killing Filial
hope
and
it
the
was
others may
easy.
uphold the rules, but doing so will only bring us further away from being a real family than we've ever been. So please, Father, please reconsider.
I agree with Linny.
Father, please. Linny,
Yay, congrats!
I also agree with Linny.
An order once given cannot be rescinded. However, given the extent of your determination, I suppose we shall have to go about this a
Oh,
different
now this is the one in
way.
the trailer.
Draw your weapons and face me.
Our weapons?
Father, are you referring to a duel?
Precisely. The rules
Oh
of the
my
house
gosh, I
will
need
not be
to
altered. Traitors must be
learn
punished.
how to manage spam. I really need to do stream elements. Sorry, Arlecchino. Pause muna. Wait. How to delete? How to delete? Man. Oh, there. Found it. Is it gone? I hope it's gone. It's gone. Yeah. I need to set up the Autobots. Like, I really need to set it up. Wait, so are we entering the fight scene?
However, resolving disputes with a duel is also one of our rules, one that also applies to me. Demonstrate a sufficient showing of strength, and I shall offer
I know,
a
and I think
concession.
you put like certain keywords like scammed, locked out, and that sugar daddy, sugar mommy, like the bots will just swarm. Oh yeah.
Wait. Beat.
Beat father in a duel.
Father in a duel?
Wait, we need to prepare.
Impossible. Father is way too strong, even for Lenny.
It actually got worse when it became X. That's what I noticed. Because now the bots just buy Twitter Blue for the bots. So the bot comments are the ones being pushed on top.
Did you hear that, Traveler? Lenny and the others have to duel the knave. What should we do? Can they really win something like that?
Wait, this is...
If they lose,
Yeah, I
those people
agree.
from the
It's
house
just
are really
Twitter
gonna get
has gone
executed.
down a lot. I don't even call it
Are you
X, I
listening?
call it Twitter. So I guess this is where Traveler battles. Okay, before the big scene, I think it's almost an R. So before the big scene, let us take a quick break and stretch and get our water because it's so hot again. Then we can proceed to the big X sounds like an adult site. I agree. But anyway, so before we proceed to the big battle, let's go for a quick break. So see you in 5 minutes maybe. If you're still here, if you wanna go, that's fine. But break time. Okay, I'm back. So the break time and ad break is over. I hope you guys were able to drink some water and stretch a bit first. So now we can go back to Arlecchino and the battle. Let's go back. Genshin. Hopefully it's showing up now. Alright. I've blocked the user already, but more what I want to learn is how to preemptively block bots. I don't know if that's a thing, so I'm trying to search about it. I didn't realize Twitch will be so difficult. Oh sure, that will be very helpful. I have the chat filtered for following for 10 minutes, but maybe that's too lenient.
Don't you want to say a proper goodbye at least?
Anger makes
Yeah,
sense.
follower only option, then it has to be for
Causes
you
you to
have to be
waver.
following for at least 10 minutes. But I need to implement auto mods. So like there's a long list of things I need to do. So this whole channel is a work in progress.
Looking at that expression on her face, she seems really serious about this. Guess that means there's no chance she's throwing the duel on purpose, huh?
When guests are around, families are often on their best behavior. And any disputes are less likely to escalate.
When the time comes, make the choice that you deem most appropriate in the situation, and lend your help to the House of the Hearth.
I think they're gonna start battling now.
What's wrong, Traveler? Hey, where are you going?
Traveler?
You're
Oh,
asking
this
to
is
join
it.
the duel against the knave?
I'll allow it. We do have a ready-made dueling ring at our disposal, after all. All I would advise is this. Keep a firm grasp on your weapon, and give it your
What the heck is happening? Oh, this is
all.
the
Unless,
World Boss
then you may
Arena.
just lose your life.
But we use Traveler like read. So we use our own characters. Or not. Wait, it's loading. Yeah, Lumine's so pretty. They should feature her more in official artwork. It's always Ether. The sad life us Lumine havers.
This is order.
So I did her world boss. It's actually pretty okay.
How amusing. Here comes the catch. Now that's more like it.
Watch out for Father's movement!
Watch out for fathers. What's happening? I can't see. There's so many things happening on screen.
Have a taste of purgatory. I am the cutting edge of fashion. Over here. Things up. Hands over.
Not bad. You've proven to be a worthy
I
opponent.
didn't try the mini game. I should have tried it, but I didn't try it. But was the mini game fun at least? Oh, there's second phase. How come my Arlecchino's HP was so low? Or did the shield disappear and I didn't see? Oh, what the heck? Oh, is it freezing? It's okay for me. Oh my gosh!
Who's next?
I got one shot! Oh, it won't heal Arlecchino. Because she is in battle.
Gather.
Let's go. Now for chips. Over here. Transfixed.
Oh. Oh, this looks cool. Wow, feminine.
You should know better than to crowd in one place.
Wow, this looks so...
Oh, I know.
No! I'm sorry, Father!
What the heck?
Sorry for what? This pitiful excuse for an attack.
Savage.
Father, no!
Let's go, Lumine.
Made it out, did you? You're stronger than I expected.
What's happening? It's Acheron!
I can't move.
You went Shogun and Acheron. What's gonna happen?
Still, not strong enough to beat me.
Whoa, what was that? So if she's the fourth, what are they gonna do when it comes to Dottore? Dottore is 2 or 3? Is Columbina higher too? And Capitano.
I believe we can end things here. It's not often that we get to enjoy the company of guests, after all. We wouldn't want things to get too out of hand.
She gave so it ends like that.
Brother, are you alright?
Lenny,
Given that I am the victor of this duel, as agreed, the punishment stands.
No!
I never thought things would end like this.
However, everyone involved in the duel demonstrated a remarkable level of strength and determination. In life,
It's gonna be crazy, the
I'm
battle with them.
prepared to change the method of execution. Elwar, the bottled flames I gave you for safekeeping. Do you still have them?
Bottled flames.
Yes? I wasn't sure what they were for, but I've kept them super safe. I didn't lose a single one.
Wonderful. Then, in just a moment, I'll have you administer them.
Bottled flames?
Indeed. They're the product of a secret experiment. Under certain special circumstances, flames can be extracted from my person and preserved. Once ingested, searing pain will spread across every inch of your body.
Oh.
No harm will come to you physically, but your memories will be burned away. If you can withstand the pain. When you awake, you'll have forgotten everything you know about the
Oh,
house
so
of
she's
the
destroying
Heart
their memories, but in
and will
exchange
be
for their
expelled
lives.
from the organization. In other words, administering this concoction will kill the version of you that grew up in the house and give you a new identity.
Oh. That was it.
Memory is a mysterious thing indeed. Losing a portion of your memories will alter your sense of self.
So, you're just letting us go, Father?
You misunderstand. Memories are extremely important. Once consumed by flame, the version of you standing before me will die, and our secrets will die with you. So no, I don't intend to just let you go, because the person who survives will be nothing but a stranger.
Ooh.
Even so.
So that's why she
even
needed
so,
a novelette program to
I
deal
won't
with
have
him.
to live in fear anymore.
So they
I'm
have
sorry, Father.
somewhere to go.
I'm sorry I let you down. But I really...
Don't cry, Filial. You haven't left the house yet, so there are still rules to be followed, yes? Remember what I taught you. Anger makes you impulsive, sorrow causes you to waver. Don't let yourself be controlled by your emotions.
Of course. I'll remember.
Dry your tears, and go pursue the life you really want.
Yes, Father.
Chaplot, Fultz, Elwar. Take them back to Poisson. And bring Lenny and the others as well. I prepared 3 extra vials of bottled flames. As for whether to take them,
Ooh.
the choice is yours.
What they want.
Goodbye, children. The next time we meet, I will no longer be your father. Thank you for all you've done for the house. I hope you have bright futures ahead of you.
Father!
Let's go.
Here, grab my arm, Lenny. I'll help you walk back.
Thank you.
So now what's she gonna do with Clervy?
Clairvy.
Wait, you haven't done this? You're super spoiled now. But it's okay. It's a great story quest, actually.
Can
And
we
the animation was
talk
good.
now? I've been waiting for
So
a
doing it
super long
again
time.
won't be
You really are Perry, aren't you?
it wouldn't be such a bad
I
thing.
haven't seen you in so long. How come you're all grown up? Wait, did I somehow travel to the future on accident? Or am I dreaming? What a long dream.
Neither. You died, Clairvy.
Yeah, it's so good.
That's what happened.
Oh yikes, she told the truth.
You could have at least sugarcoated it a little. Look, she's that speechless. Oh. Okay then. Huh? That's it? You accepted it just like that? Yep. If that's what Perry says happened, then I believe her. Perry wouldn't lie to me. Plus, I don't really need to know why
That's
I'm
so
like
sad.
this. I'm more curious about what happens in the future. If you're a harbinger now, Perry, that means Mother is gone, isn't she? Can you tell me about it? I want to know what happened to her. And to me.
You never stopped trying to defy fate. At first, no one believed you. You could only vent your frustrations to the moon. In fact, you often sought comfort in the night sky. You wanted to see the aurora, so one night we promised each other we would go to Snezhnaya to see it together. Later on, you tried to run away, but you were brought back each time. Mother spared your life, but it wasn't out of kindness. Instead, she decided to make
Yeah,
an
they actually
example of
have
you
been
by
making the
slowly
NPCs
torturing you over
more
time.
pretty.
That
Like
way,
the
the
Carp
other children
and
would
Chen
know
Yu
what
Vale,
happens to
Ujin.
traitors.
She's the
Still,
prettiest
you never
NPC
gave
so
up.
far.
Mother hoped that through ruthless duel after ruthless duel, she would be able to crown an ultimate victor among the children she raised. But you called on everyone to unite, to fight to a draw in order to reduce casualties. Your efforts may have only delayed the inevitable, but still. You gave them hope. You tried everything you could think of, but every attempt ended in failure. Still, you never turned your sword on Crucibina, and you never turned it on me. On that gloomy day, you told me, "For the last 16 years of my life, I've done everything I can to fight for freedom. But now, I realize that the only freedom I truly possess
The
is
first
the
one would be
freedom
the
to choose
rooster,
to die."
I never imagined I would say something like that.
which,
I must have
which
been
is technically
feeling
not a
really
boy,
run
he's just
down.
super short.
But somehow, I still think I understand.
But like,
According
that's
to
so,
Mother's
it's gonna be
plan,
weird then. So is he
only
gonna be
one of us
playable
was
or not?
going to make it until the
Because
end.
he obviously has a short,
And I
very
always
short
hoped
model.
that person would be you.
But he's not a
If
child.
I could do it all over again, I still don't think I would make a different choice. Even when I first met you, I knew you'd be able to do what I couldn't.
Is that so? Even now, I'm not sure I truly understand what kind of freedom you were trying to pursue. But as the head of the House of the Hearth and as the children's father, I've tried to give them the most basic of freedoms. The freedom to choose their own fate. It's something I discussed with the Eudex of Fontaine. The children who want to leave the house will have their memories wiped clean of all secrets pertaining to the organization. In return, they will be allowed to live a normal life in Fontaine without being prosecuted for their past. Of course, I won't simply hand freedom to them on a silver platter. They have to fight for it and prove themselves worthy of it. Only freedom that is earned has true value.
That's more than enough. That's exactly the kind of life I was fighting for. You know, Perry, I think you're a pretty amazing king, and a really great father, too. I'm really happy that you're the one who took over the house. I guess I do have one regret, though. I still haven't seen the outside world.
Well, it just so happens that our dear guests over here have been to many nations and traveled to countless places. Perhaps they would be willing to tell you what the outside world is like.
Really? Of course! We've traveled all over the place. We've got so many stories, we could probably talk your ears off for 3 days straight! I was always too afraid to skip Mother's fighting lessons. But at the academia, I bet you could do all sorts of secret things in class.
Yeah, I think they
Things
did
have
that for...
nothing to do with studying.
I don't know when they'll do it for Genshin, but I think they did
I'm
for
just
HSR.
kidding. Being able to study whatever you want without
Sometimes it's
having
weird
to
when the
fear
mouth
for
is
your
closed
life
and like they're still supposed to be
actually
talking.
sounds pretty great. Those yokai you mentioned, what do they look like? I
He
once
wants
saw
to
a
see
drawing of this one guy with
Snezhnaya.
horns on his head and a super scary face. Are there any yokai like that? Oh, sounds like you're talking about an Oni. Yep, we've met one, and let Paimon tell you, they're not nearly as scary as they look.
Oh, so this is the next. Wait, let's do everything.
That's where Mora comes from. I never knew that before. If I had some Mora, I would buy 3 new dresses. One for me, one for Perry,
Why does she still like
one
Mother?
for Mother. It's just too bad Perry doesn't like wearing dresses. And Mother, well, she probably wouldn't accept something like that either. I guess I'd just have to keep them all for me then. I could wear a different one every day. You know, I used to dream of being a bard, playing the lute while singing into the winds of freedom. Even if there was no one there to listen, I would have continued to sing no matter what. The situation was super dangerous. Lenny and Lynette were accused of committing a crime, and they were going to have to stand trial at the Opera Epicles. Oh no, that must have been hard for all of you. What happened next? Don't worry, we were able to turn the situation around super quickly. All thanks to
Detective Paimon.
Detective Paimon, of course. How'd you do that? Come on, tell me. Okay, so it was like this. After the failed magic show, we rushed to the scene and...
This is so sad.
Shadows don't have the
Yeah.
capacity to learn or grow. Any new information they encounter is quickly forgotten over
He's a
time.
ghost.
Clairvy, you've worked tirelessly from the shadows to overthrow the House of the Hearth. Now, by my authority as the Knave, I shall announce how this matter ends. You are hereby expelled from the House of the Hearth. You are no longer tied to this place, nor are you bound by its rules.
You're saying that I can finally leave? I get to experience the outside world as well? Oh, I almost forgot. There's no getting older for me. Still, seeing who you grew up to be makes me really happy, Parallel. Take care of yourself. Goodbye.
May we meet again someday.
Clairvy. She left so soon. Paimon didn't even get to finish her story.
Wow. How sad.
I also have certain sentiments left unsaid. I wanted to tell her that the aurora I saw in Snezhnaya was just as beautiful as the ones in the pictures. But a shadow's memories reset at dawn. Had we delayed any longer, we wouldn't have had the time to say goodbye. Whatever regrets may linger, let them be lost to the coming of a new day.
Father?
It's Linny!
Why is he
Hey,
back?
Linny! What is he doing back here? Let's go check it out.
Father, the bottled flames have been administered.
Wow, that was fast.
Filial and the others have left the house.
And you? What have you decided?
Thank you for giving us that choice, Father. But we never wanted to leave the house. It's the only home we've ever known. Lynette and Fremine feel the same way. They're recuperating back at the Hotel Bouffe d'été. But I decided to come back and tell you where we stood.
I'm sure you're well aware of the expectations I have for you. I want you to follow in my footsteps and become the next king of the house. Yet you seem to have different ideas, I must admit. I'm rather surprised by your decision to stay. There's nothing wrong with choosing to live a quiet life. Leading this organization is a heavy responsibility, one not so easily carried by someone forced onto the throne.
I just never understood what you saw in me. What made you believe I was deserving of that throne?
You're brave, talented,
Wow.
and, most importantly, you cherish your family. You would do anything to protect them, even if it costs you your life.
Speaking up back there was so brave of you, Linny. It's all thanks to you that we were able to convince Father to back down.
You're a hero, Linny.
Hero. Father is the real hero. Had Father gone all out during the duel, there's no way I would have walked away with my life.
She must have had it all planned from the beginning, from the very moment she suggested a duel. I'm not deserving of that title. I'm not strong enough or smart enough.
You're wrong. In my opinion, all you need to be deserving of the throne is conviction and the necessary strength to act on it. We may have different ideas of what it means to be a family, but you can hardly be said to lack conviction. What you truly lack is strength. For someone of your talent, though, that's something that will come with time.
Wow.
Even without that strength, you still chose to face me in a duel, even though the odds were stacked against you. That capacity to honor your convictions is what I truly see in you.
Father.
No one knows what the future holds, what tragedy or triumph may be in store. Being at the head of this organization requires the strength of will to face whatever comes. Caution will only hold you back. If reaching a certain standard were required to go after what you want, I would never have succeeded in killing my predecessor. Back then, there was still a considerable gap between our abilities. Strength may decide the ultimate victor, but those who let a lack of strength dictate their decisions or undermine their convictions will never be worthy of the throne.
I understand, Father. Thank you.
Children must grow up to surpass their parents. Only then can a family continue to flourish. The road ahead is not an easy one, so I'll ask you one last time. Are you certain you want to stay?
You've done
Of
so much for me, Father,
course.
and that kindness must be repaid. Plus, with Project Stuja at hand, there are many dangers ahead. And
I'm
I, for
wondering
one,
what Project
don't intend
Stuza
to
really
back
is
down.
about.
Protecting my family at all costs. That's my conviction.
Then you're welcome to stay. As for Project Stuja, you need not be too concerned. If those cowardly businessmen and heartless dignitaries try to take us down, I'm prepared to teach them a lesson. Having members who longed for the light was our organization's last weakness. With those members no longer among our ranks, the House of the Hearth is like a spider hiding in the shadows. We need only wait for our prey to come to us. At present, our imperative is to use their plan to our advantage. In doing so, a crimson moon shall rise amid the frigid blizzards of winter. No demonstration of loyalty shall go unrewarded, and no sacrifice shall be in vain. As for the two of you, whether we meet again as friend or foe, I'll remember the camaraderie we shared in this moment, no matter how arduous the journey ahead. I hope we both reach our desired
Okay, so this is the end, I
destination.
guess. Wait until, okay. Just the clock. But we're probably like at the last 5 minutes at most. This clock should go faster. Finally.
Didn't Linny say that Lynette and Fremine were recovering at the Hotel Bouffe d'été?
Heal up Arlecchino first. Back to Fontaine. Oh shucks, where's the hotel?
Lynette? Fremine? How are you feeling?
Much better.
Whew, what a relief!
What about you? Are you feeling alright?
I knew you'd come out unscathed.
Where's Linny, though?
Us, on the other hand, well, we've been bedridden for 2 days. I couldn't even turn over. Oh, and I wanted to ask, is Clairvy gone? Linny and the other members have left Poisson and returned to the House of the Hearth. According to him, there haven't been any more sightings of a spirit roaming the house.
I see.
I'm glad. Father came to check up on us 2 days ago and told us about what happened with Crucibina and Clairvy. Actually,
So this really,
I've
I mean,
met
with this,
Crucibina before.
it proves that Arlecchino's fairly young.
Wait, what? You've met the former knave?
So all this, her past was
Crucibina died a
recent.
year after Clairvy. It was during the year between their deaths that I joined the House of the Hearth. Crucibina had an extremely cruel and radical way of doing things. While she was alive, the atmosphere in the house was suffocating. When I joined, though, the experiment she valued so much had already come to an end, and all the people involved, dead and injured alike, were gone. Crucibina never talked about the past with us newcomers. A couple of months after I joined, Father killed Crucibina
So Fremine
and
reached
burned all her files.
Crucibina.
With that, the names of all
Unless
the
he was
people
super
subjected to
young
her
when
experiments,
that happened.
Clairvy included, were lost to the flames, along with the painful memories they represented.
Father took in Lenny and me a couple months after that, but she never mentioned anything about Crucibina or Clairvy.
It really seems like something she was planning to keep to herself. The last time you talked to her, did she mention why she kept it a secret for so long?
She said she didn't want us to be affected by the darkness of the past. She was worried we'd develop a false sense of gratitude towards her if we knew about it. The foundation of a family should be free of any corrupting influence. Whatever happened in the past, it has nothing to do with who we are now. And that's what Father told us in the end.
But I still thanked her for everything. It was only after hearing about what Crucibina did that I finally realized how insignificant our lives could have been. The members of the house meant nothing to her. To say that she valued them in any way, even just as a tool, would probably be giving her too much credit. If Father hadn't taken over the House of the Hearth, I probably would have already...
Father rarely brings up the fact that she saved us. She doesn't believe that being indebted to her should be what ties us together. But even if we didn't owe her anything, we would still choose to stay. Because this is our home. We may have arguments or times when we feel wronged. Some people may even choose to leave. But as long as Father is here, we will always have a home.
Whether the path before us is bathed in sunlight or shrouded in shadow, we'll follow Father wherever she chooses to go. So I wanted to say thank you for helping us make it through this crisis. Without your help, we could have lost a lot more along the way.
Oh, we didn't do anything, really.
Of course. You're welcome anytime.
Are Filial and Nantoy okay?
I actually saw them at a cafe this morning.
Wow.
They didn't recognize me. From what I could tell, they were drinking coffee and talking about one of the operas that started running recently. They seemed happy. If I had to take a guess, I would say they finally found the kind of life they always wished for.
Oh, and that's it. Oh, that was nice. When we get some furniture. That was yeah. I agree. Nathan was saying last night how this is a good story quest, and I agree. And they just keep the animations. I mean, they keep improving the animations every time.
Add Astra.
Time to
Thank you
claim
for
my
completing.
commissions.
Add Astra.
Just... That's it, I guess. Let me just... I'll let her finish. I don't want... I'm so tired of it. Okay, so I guess that is it for today. So I did 1 hour yesterday, then 1 hour today. So I guess this story quest is roughly 2 hours. Pretty long, but it is, I mean, the story quest was nice. I do have a lot of. I'll show you guys. Can we do a single? I'll check. But let me show this first. I have a lot of story quests and hangouts I haven't done. Crazy. I'm in, like, these three are in progress. I guess I'll dedicate some, to force me to do it, I'll probably dedicate some streaming days for these things. So yeah, that's probably what I'll be doing for the foreseeable stream periods. Oh really, Deas? This I'm in the middle of her quest actually, but I sort of stopped. So you can see here my long quest list and some world quests I haven't done. But yeah, but for today we did Arlecchino, so that's a win for me. Let's check if we can do a single. Oh, we can. Nothing. Let's see. I'll probably maybe when it reaches 15 days, I'll stop wishing and then everything goes to clear after. But anyway, so that is the glitching. That's the session for today. Thank you for coming. I hope you guys have a happy Friday and a happy weekend. Bye-bye.